Remember, I said, Tank, my money running out. And he just looked at me and said, believe in me, coach. Believe. That's what did it.
When he said that,
It's still.
Damn.
I don't hear Tank as the day. I hear Tank as that little boy. Believe in me, coach. And he came in the gym one day and he said, Coach, I seen it. I said, what you seen? I had all the belts on me. He said, I'm gonna be that dude. The rest is history.
So can you confirm or deny Lamont Roach would be the backup?
No, Lamont Roach and Tank got a history together, an amateur history where they went back and forth as amateurs. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad fight.
In the world of professional boxing, change is often a catalyst for growth, and the recent separation between Gervonta Tank Davis and his longtime trainer Calvin Ford has sent shockwaves through the boxing community. This split marks the end of a significant partnership that has shaped Davis's career from a young age, raising important questions about the future for both men. The decision to part ways comes at a critical time in Davis's career, where the trajectory of his fighting future and legacy is now at a crossroads. While Davis has already established himself as one of the most exciting and talented boxers of his generation, the question remains whether this change will propel him to even greater heights or result in a challenging transition.
At DC, they call me Mo. Calvin is Calvin. You know what I mean? I got Calvin tatted on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere.
God damn.
Tank was the first one in the gym, the last one out the gym. Tank used to sit on the ring like this and watch me train him.
How old is he at this point?
He was like 7, 8.
Okay.
A lot of stuff that I was giving my son was giving it to Tank. So it was a perfect fit. Tank was like the family, you know what I'm saying? And he used to sit at the table because I had another kid named Ramon Manning. He liked to play with them guns, you know what I'm saying? And when I lost him, I was hurt because that was my first time losing a fighter.
Gervonta Davis was born on November 7th, 1994, in Baltimore, Maryland. He grew up in a tough neighborhood and had to navigate numerous obstacles, which included the absence of a strong paternal figure in his life. Early on, boxing provided Davis with not only an outlet for his energy and aggression, but also a sense of purpose. Under the mentorship of Calvin Ford, Davis found a guiding light. Ford, a respected figure in the Baltimore boxing scene, took Davis under his wing when the young fighter was just 7 years old. It was in the Upton Boxing Center, where Ford worked as a trainer, that Davis's natural talent began to flourish.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, you'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter. Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9 and all. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire. Y'all don't even know Calvin for CCO. I know Calvin, you know what I mean? Y'all don't know. Calvin is pops. He ain't going nowhere. I got that nigga tatted on me. This shit life. Loyalty over everything. Just, you know?
Ford wasn't just training Davis to fight. He was also teaching him life lessons, showing him how to avoid the pitfalls of his troubled surroundings, and encouraging him to channel his energy into the sport. Davis's early career, both as an amateur and later as a professional, was a testament to Ford's influence. In his amateur career, Davis achieved an impressive 221 wins with only 5 losses, laying a solid foundation for his transition to the professional ranks in 2013. Davis's entry into professional boxing quickly captured attention.
Tank, when you first met Calvin, the first time you met him, what do you remember at age 7?
When I met him, I think he brushed me off because he had a fight on. He had a fight on right there. I think he brushed me off.
He was a baby.
I was a baby.
He was a baby. No, but guess what? When he got around you, how did that treat you?
Yeah.
He used to be in the gym, and man, I still hear a screaming voice in my head.
Yeah, we was all kids. Like everybody that came up with us, still with us. We came up at like kids. Even Coach Kenny been around for a while. This the coach that I was telling you about. Like all the fighters that came before me, and I watched them cuss, even me. But I watched them cuss a lot of fighters out and tell them about the streets. And
his explosive power and speed led to comparisons with some of boxing's greatest fighters, including the legendary Mike Tyson. By 2024, Davis had amassed an undefeated record and captured world titles in multiple weight divisions. He had not only proven himself in the ring, but had also become a star in the sport, regularly headlining major events. Many in the boxing world attributed a significant portion of Davis's rise to the guidance, discipline, and technical training provided by Calvin Ford. Ford, a former fighter turned trainer, has built a reputation in the boxing world for developing raw talent, particularly in Baltimore. His focus on technique and strategy helped elevate Davis to the upper echelons of boxing. Ford's coaching style was deeply rooted in discipline, teaching Davis the importance of footwork, defense, and timing. But their relationship went far beyond that of just trainer and fighter. For Davis, Ford was a father figure, a mentor, and a protector. Ford helped guide Davis through the complexities of growing up in an unstable environment, offering both emotional and practical support. Over the years, the relationship between Davis and Ford evolved from that of a strict mentorship to a more collaborative partnership as Davis became an established professional boxer. However, as Davis's career advanced, it became clear that the paths of mentor and mentee were beginning to diverge. In early January 2024, news broke that Calvin Ford had been arrested on charges of assault with a deadly weapon in Nevada. While the details of the incident were unclear, the arrest led to a public fallout. Shortly after, Davis made the difficult decision to announce his separation from Ford, stating that he needed to focus on his career and personal growth moving forward. I've always respected Calvin and what he's done for my career, but at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for me and my team, Davis explained in a statement. This decision was a defining moment in both Davis's career and his relationship with Ford, as it signaled a shift in the direction of Davis's professional life.
I gotta ask you, I know a guy that you always say we gave him that star. I know you want to take it away. He got upset. His thoughts on Pitbull Riot. What's your thoughts on that one? It still could be made. I think it's still marketable. Because some people say that Pitbull won. They're saying that it was a robbery.
No, the guy clearly beat Pitbull. Pitbull knows it. Man, it took a little bit of fire out of it. You know what I'm saying? Again, Pitbull had a nice little run going, what he doing, So right now we just figuring out who's next.
Do it add to the fire that Tank might go up and get the 140 strap against Ryo?
Like I said, anything is possible. My hands, before I go see Tank, I gotta get shots in my hands. And I gotta make sure my hands is right, because I don't dumb him down with his punches. I let him do it, you know what I'm saying? And he gets to, you alright? Yeah. Nigga, work. I just feel sorry for them guys that really pushed the button. Martin pushed the button. Y'all see how
The split has sent shockwaves through the boxing community, and reactions have been mixed. Some industry insiders and boxing experts view the separation as a necessary step for Davis's personal and professional evolution. After all, Davis had reached a level where he was no longer simply a young prospect. He was now one of the top boxers in the world. As Davis moves forward, it's clear that his focus is on continuing his winning ways and solidifying his place among the greats of the sport. Others, however, are more cautious, expressing concern that Ford's departure could affect Davis's performance in the ring. Many believe that the unique bond between Davis and Ford was a key factor in his success, and it remains to be seen whether Davis can find a new trainer who will provide the same level of mentorship, discipline, and technical expertise. In light of Ford's legal troubles, there are also critics who suggest that the controversy surrounding his arrest could overshadow Ford's contributions to Davis's success, despite the positive impact Ford had on the boxer's development. For Davis, the immediate priority now lies in finding a new trainer who can complement his style and help prepare him for future challenges.
And he came in the corner at the 6th round and said, my hand is hurting. If you look at the tape, I said, man, I don't want to hear that. Fight through it. And he done it. Y'all got to give this young man his props. Man, he come in and day out. And you hear him keep saying, he fight who they put in front of him. And we don't turn down nothing but our callers. So whatever they say to do, we're going to get the job done. That's the blue-collar way.
When is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the power for power? Do he deserve to be in the power for power? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the power for power? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Davis? He deserved to be somewhere also in the power for power.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
Roger never got Trainer of the Year when Floyd was Fighter of the Year. Yeah. His dad never got Trainer of the Year. So, I've been openly expressing that. And I think it's time that Calvin gets his just due.
The boxing world will undoubtedly be watching closely as Davis searches for a coach who can help him maintain his dominance in the lightweight division. In the coming years, Davis is expected to face some of the best fighters in the world, including names like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Vasily Lomachenko. Each of these fighters presents a unique challenge, and Davis's ability to stay ahead of the competition will largely depend on the strength and compatibility of his new training team. If he can quickly adapt to a new coaching dynamic, Davis could continue his ascent as one of the top stars in boxing. However, if the transition proves difficult, his performance in the ring could be affected, which could lead to challenges in maintaining his undefeated record. The lightweight division, where Davis currently competes, remains one of the most competitive and talent-rich divisions in boxing. Davis's upcoming bouts will not only define his legacy, but will also determine whether he can continue to stand out among a new generation of fighters. Despite the uncertainty surrounding his coaching changes, Davis's skills and accomplishments to date ensure that he remains one of boxing's brightest stars. His combination of speed, power, and showmanship has made him a fan favorite, and his potential to break through into the next echelon of boxing legends is still very much alive. His journey, however, will undoubtedly be shaped by his ability to navigate these changes and remain focused on his goals in the ring. Meanwhile, Calvin Ford's legacy as a trainer is secure, even if his immediate future with Davis has come to an end. Ford will always be remembered for his contributions to the sport, particularly in Baltimore, where he continues to train young fighters at the Upton Boxing Center. His ability to take raw talent and mold it into championship-caliber fighters is a testament to his dedication and expertise. Even without Davis by his side, Ford remains a key figure in the world of boxing, and many fighters still look to him for guidance and mentorship. Ford's impact on Davis's career cannot be understated, and despite the personal and professional split, Ford's influence on Davis will remain part of the fighter's story for years to come.
Five-time world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely acknowledged as the face of the sport of boxing, if not one of the faces. His longtime trainer, mentor, big brother, uncle, father figure, and Coach Calvin Ford. Now we know Coach Calvin Ford has been arrested recently. Over the past week, he has been arrested. And now more details are surfacing as he's still detained. And Coach Calvin is in some very hot water, according to these accusations, allegedly. So he's been detained, he's been arrested, and he's been in jail ever since. And you hear his partner, longtime partner, training partner, and his assistant trainer, Coach Kenny Ellis, and his fighters, they keep saying free Coach Calvin, so on and so forth.